What small business owners should ask candidates. Small business owners are the backbone of Nigeria. The tailor, the barber, the POS operator, the trader, the farmer, the mechanic, the restaurant owner, the fashion designer, the provision store owner, the transport operator, the printer, the photographer, the young person selling online, the woman running a food business from home. These are the people keeping families alive, creating jobs, paying levies, paying rent, buying fuel, struggling with electricity, dealing with bad roads, insecurity, unstable prices and difficult government policies. Yet, during elections, many candidates talk about small businesses only in slogans. They say, we will support SMEs. We will empower entrepreneurs. We will create jobs. We will help traders. Good. But how? With what money? Through which policy? At what level of government? And how will small business owners know that the promise has been fulfilled? Welcome to Win and Govern Nigeria, where we help candidates campaign better, leaders govern better, and citizens demand better. Today, we are discussing what small business owners should ask candidates before giving them support. First, ask what they understand about small business pain. Before a candidate promises to support businesses, ask, do you even understand what small business owners are facing? Because if a candidate does not understand the pain, the solution will be weak. Small business owners are dealing with high rent, high transport cost, bad roads, insecurity, poor electricity, fuel and generator expenses, multiple levies, poor access to loans, low customer purchasing power, rising cost of goods, harassment from revenue agents, difficulty registering businesses, poor market facilities, weak digital infrastructure. A serious candidate should not speak about SMEs as if they are just campaign decoration. They should be able to explain the real daily struggles of business owners in that community, constituency, state or country. So ask the candidate, what are the top 5 problems affecting small businesses here? If they cannot answer clearly, they are not ready to help. Second, ask what their office can actually do. Not every candidate has the same power. A presidential candidate can influence national economic policy, federal taxes, trade, customs, national infrastructure and major business reforms. A governor can affect state taxes, markets, land, state roads, transport, business registration support, local investment and state-level regulations. A local government chairman can affect markets, motor parks, local levies, sanitation, local roads, business environment and grassroots services. Lawmakers can make laws, approve budgets, conduct oversight and represent business concerns. So small business owners must ask, what can your office do directly? What can you only influence? What requires partnership? Do not allow a candidate to promise like every office is the same. A senator is not a governor. A governor is not the president. A local government chairman is not the central bank. Every candidate must explain the limits and powers of the office. Honesty is better than sweet lies. Third, ask about multiple taxation and levies. This is a serious issue for many business owners. Some small businesses are not killed by competition. They are killed by too many payments. One person comes for tax. Another comes for levy. Another comes for sanitation. Another comes for signage. Another comes for ticket. Another comes for market fee. Another comes with intimidation. At the end of the day, the business owner is tired. So ask every candidate, how will you reduce unnecessary levies? How will you stop harassment of small business owners? How will you make payment systems transparent? How will traders know what they are legally required to pay? How will you ensure that money collected is used to improve markets and services? A government that collects money from businesses but gives nothing back is not helping the economy. If traders pay levies, they deserve cleaner markets, better drainage, security, public toilets, waste management and order. Ask about electricity and energy support. For many small businesses, electricity is not a luxury. It is survival. A barber needs power. A welder needs power. A cold room operator needs power. A printer needs power. A restaurant needs power. A fashion designer needs power. A cyber cafe needs power. A small factory needs power. When power is poor, fuel becomes the second landlord. So ask candidates, what is your practical plan to support reliable power for small businesses? Will there be support for markets, clusters, industrial areas or business hubs? Will you support solar, mini-grids or energy partnerships? How will your government reduce energy costs for productive businesses? Do not accept, we will fix power as enough. Ask how. Ask where. Ask when. Ask who will benefit. Fifth, ask about roads, transport and market access. Bad roads increase business costs. When roads are bad, transport becomes expensive. When transport is expensive, goods become expensive. When goods become expensive, customers buy less. That is how infrastructure affects small business. So ask, which roads affect trade in this area? Which markets need better access? Which communities are cut off? How will farmers move produce? How will traders move goods? How will transport costs reduce? A serious candidate should connect infrastructure to business growth. Roads are not just for politics. Roads are for markets, farms, shops, schools, hospitals, and daily survival. Sixth, ask about access to capital without political favoritism. Many candidates promise grants and loans. But small business owners should ask deeper questions. Who will qualify? What will be the interest rate? Who will select beneficiaries? Will party members hijack it? Will the process be published? Will women, youths, and informal businesses have access? Will the program support real businesses or just political loyalists? A business support program without transparency becomes another political reward system. Small business owners do not need fake empowerment. They need fair access to useful capital, training, markets, and support. Seventh, ask about security. Business cannot grow where people are afraid. If shops are robbed, traders suffer. If farmers cannot go to farms, food prices rise. If transporters fear the road, goods become expensive. If markets are unsafe, customers stay away. So ask candidates. How will you improve security around markets and business areas? How will you support safer roads? How will farmers, traders, and transporters be protected? How will communities report threats quickly? What is your security coordination plan? Security is not only a police matter. Security is also an economic issue. When people are unsafe, businesses die. 8. Ask how government will buy from local businesses. Government spends money every year. But small businesses should ask. Will local businesses get fair access to government contracts? Will procurement be transparent? Will small suppliers be paid on time? Will government stop owing local vendors for months or years? Will state and local governments buy from local producers where possible? Many small businesses do not need speeches. They need fair opportunity. If government says it supports SMEs, but all contracts go to connected people, then the support is fake. 9th, ask about training that leads to real income. Training is good. But training without income is incomplete. Candidates love to say, we will train youths. We will train entrepreneurs. Good. But after training, what happens? Will there be tools? Will there be mentorship? Will there be market access? Will there be follow-up? Will there be support to help people sell? Will the training match real demand? Do not clap for training programs that only produce certificates and photographs. A serious business program should lead to better skills, better income, better product and better market access. 10th, ask how they will report back. Small business owners should not wait 4 years to ask questions. Demand regular reporting. Ask, how often will you meet business groups? Will you publish business support programs? Will you show who benefited? Will you report how much was spent? Will you collect feedback from traders, artisans, farmers and service providers? Will you correct policies that are hurting businesses? A candidate who wants your vote must be ready to report back after the election. In closing. So, what should small business owners ask candidates? Ask if they understand your real problems. Ask what their office can actually do. Ask about multiple levies and harassment. Ask about electricity and energy cost. Ask about roads and transport. Ask about fair access to capital. Ask about security. Ask about government buying from local businesses. Ask about training that leads to real income. Ask how they will report back. Do not vote only because a candidate visits your market. Do not vote only because they share aprons, umbrellas, cash or food. Do not vote only because they speak nicely about entrepreneurs. Ask for a plan. Ask for numbers. Ask for timelines. Ask for fairness. Ask for accountability. Small businesses are not campaign decorations. Small businesses are the engine of local jobs, family survival and economic growth. This is Win and Govern Nigeria. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with a trader, artisan, farmer, freelancer, shop owner or business group. Because when citizens ask better questions, candidates become more careful with promises. And winning an election is only the beginning. The real victory is improving the lives of Nigerians. In our next video, we shall discuss what students should ask before voting.